lot of you have heard that I've taken a position on watching this year's inauguration of the, our incoming president Donald Trump. I've said it on social media that I won't be watching it. You're gonna say, "Oh, you got TDS, Trump derangement syndrome." No, I don't. You guys are making that shit up. It's just I got political fatigue. I'm tired of all the. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm swamped, and I'm just not gonna watch it. The long form version of on Cessus and Medium, which I wrote, is that as we approach another January 20th, this time in 2025, the nation races for the inauguration of Donald Trump to his, you guessed it, second term. Second term. However, I've made the conscious decision to not partake in the spectacle, not out of spite, well, some of it, by the way, but as a stand for the principles of democracy that I hold dear. And of course, first and foremost, there's an undeniable sense of political fatigue that has swept through our nation. Not to mention social media. Not to mention social media fatigue. Just think about the Twitter /X exodus, which is still taking place, and a lot of people are migrating to Blue Sky. Some of them are from Threads to Blue Sky as well. Because the last years has been a relentless hurricane of political controversies, impeachments, and election cycle that left many of us exhausted, myself included. Watching another Trump inauguration feels like celebrating democracy. Feels like less like celebrating democracy, and more like endorsing a circus where the clowns have taken over the ring. It's a tired narrative we've seen before, and one I'm not eager to relive. I did not watch the first inauguration with Trump. I do not want to watch it. I do not want any part of it. I will probably take my time. I will make good use of my time. Just staying the house, going outside, go run, or at least watch a movie. Watch a movie if it's cold. Watch a movie if it's like too cold. So that says a lot right there. Yeah, from a pro-democracy perspective, I wrote, Trump's presidency has been more than just polarizing. It has been a litmus test for our democratic institutions, because his tenure has been marked by actions that challenge the rule of law, the integrity of our elections, and the very norms that keep our democracy in check. You know, he's got all that. Forget the checks and balances, Rose. Republicans have the White House, the two houses of Congress, and of course the Supreme Court. I don't think it's not many people are going to be happy with that. Of course, but I'm not just boycotting Trump. I'm boycotting the normalization of these anti-democratic behaviors. Say what you want about me. Say what you want about me and my beliefs. But I'm willing to stick with them. Case in point. Of course, the timing of his inauguration, I've also wrote, coinciding with Martin Luther King Jr. Day, adds another layer of complexity. Here we are, celebrating a man who fought for equality and justice, while simultaneously ushering in an administration that has, at times, been accused of undermining those very principles. It feels almost sacrilegious to give my attention to an event that seems to contradict the spirit of what MLK Day stands for. I mean, Martin Luther King Jr. is a civil rights leader, one of the greatest civil rights leaders of our time, alongside Malcolm X and of course in some days, John Lewis and Medgar Evers earlier on. And this kind of this is the people I would celebrate. And of course, moreover, the decision by many Democratic members of Congress to boycott the event sends a clear message. This is not business as usual. It's a signal of dissent, an act of protest against policies and actions that many believe threaten the health of our democracy. By not tuning in, I align myself with those who believe that our political engagement should not be about spectacle, but about substance, about holding our leaders accountable to democratic ideals. Our media consumption habits have also changed, moving away from traditional broadcasts that once glued us to our screens for such ceremonies. For example, CNN, MSNBC, CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox News, Newsmax, OAN, the Matt Gaetz Network. Now more than ever, we have a choice in what we consume, and I chose not to give this inauguration the viewership it might crave. It's a small act, perhaps, but one that reflects a broader disillusionment with a political process that seems more about showmanship than stewardship. Finally, there's a matter of public sentiment. A significant portion of Americans, myself included, feel that tuning out is a form of resistance. It's not about erasing the reality of Trump's presidency, but rather about not endorsing it through our attention. In the age of information, where every viewer count and rating can be seen as a form of validation, this act of not watching is my way of saying that this administration does not have my support or my interest. I do not want to see him fail. Absolutely not. But they do not have my full undying support. My loyalty is to the United States. I was born here and I was raised here. You can say what you want about me. I don't look Hispanic. I don't look like that because I am half black and half white. My father is black, and my mother is white. I was raised by a black family, but I am black by genetics. And I also finish that. In essence, my decision to not watch Donald Trump's 2025 inauguration is a statement for democracy. It's a reminder that democracy isn't about participating in elections. It's also about how we engage with the political process after the votes are counted. It's about ensuring that our actions, even in what we chose not to do, reflect our commitment to the democratic values of accountability, justice, and integrity. This isn't just about one man's inauguration. It's about the kind of country we want to be moving forward. Now, I got a great response from here from my says I do this every time. There it says, one of them said, I didn't watch the other one. Nope. I kind of agree with that. I kind of agree with that there. And plenty of people are not watching this either. And I for one am with them. Even my blues guy, as I'm saying, I said a lot of words about this election, and I for one agree with them 100%. I have said publicly I'm not gonna watch it. Nobody is forcing me to watch it, and nobody can sit there and say, oh, I'm not. Oh, you can't. I will not be doing. I will not be partaking in a circus. I will be honoring the work. I've said this. I'm not going to watch this. I would be honoring the work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. instead. My Blue Sky fan said, I have something more important to do than watch Trump sworn in. It's trim my nose hair day. And I think another one, anything that keeps me from having to watch the massive scam that is called the inauguration. And one of them, another, literally would rather watch paint dry than all day than to do anything related to that buffoon in D.C. I guess we did it. I guess that's says a lot there. And I wrote this on Says Us a Lot too. And I'm pretty much active on Says Us a Lot. It says, one of them said, I will never view Trump as my president, period. And I kind of, I for one, am agreeing with them because they have a little bit, because they have more better, different opinion than what people do have. It's called. We have a difference of opinion. We have a difference of who we want. And if you don't like it, why are you gonna get mad? Why are you getting mad over it? Why are you getting mad over someone's opinion of one person? When all of a sudden you can say, "Oh, now we hate your opinion." I say, I also hate your opinion too, but you don't see me bitch about it either. You don't see me. You don't see me. You do not. You don't see me go off the deep end and say, "Hey, oh, Trump's a pansy." No, I don't say that to their faces. I see Trump flags all over Long Island. Yeah, Long Island, and Long Island is full of Republican. It's like a Republican. It's like a Republican country. You all know that. And most people know that. And I had a lot of restraint, and I held myself to the higher restraint. A lot of people commented on what I wrote on several other social media platforms which I have, other than those run by Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. And I am very committed to that. It's one of us that I will be scrubbing my toilets, and I'm thinking, yeah, maybe they can scrub the toilets. Listen to music, listen to what you love, and when this is over, you can go back to your regularly scheduled programming. You're gonna hear, of course, you're gonna be hearing this guy 24/7. Hear this guy 24/7. Once this is over. But at the end of the day, the guy is still president. All we gotta do is focus on the midterms. We gotta focus on 2026. Either you can pick Ben Winkler or I don't know, Ken Martin. The odds are whoever leads this party, the Democratic Party, needs to bring back those voters. Make sure they attract the younger voters to their party, to bring them back into the fold. Do not disassociate with the people that working, like the working class. You have to try to bring in more Jewish voters too. You have to hold the black vote, right? Keep the black voters from being your voices. You gotta keep the Jewish bloc of the party. And while there's still anti-Semitism in the party as well, you got to tell them, hey, cut it out. You call us out. You're the root of all this. Pick a side, or you're gone. They put their faith on Jill Stein last year. Jill Stein, based on what happened in the Middle East, they are blinded by that shit. And I for one am very, very sad for that. Let me say this on the record. I am trying very hard to put out material like this, or just make stuff like this on a regular basis. But when I write stuff like this, you might think of it as bullshit, but I don't write bullshit. You guys would say it to my. Why don't you come over here and prove it? Prove it to me that you can come up with something better than what I wrote or what I say, and then I can judge that. That is where I say it. If you didn't notice right here, I always have this right here. Here, kind people are my kind of people. If you want to be part of my kind of people, you got to be a good human being and never be that bitter with bitter punks. I say that with due reverence because I say this with due reverence. And when I hear crap like that, it makes me want to it makes me want to barf. But I will say this: I'm glad I'm doing this. I'm glad I'm doing this for everybody. Honestly, it's the best thing. Honestly, it's the best thing going for me right now. If you want to check me out, follow me on X or Instagram or Blue Sky, wherever you can find me. Find me on social media. I will be back next time, or at least soon. Anytime I get a chance to do this, to tell my side of the story, to tell what I believe is the real honest truth. Because then again, they're gonna be every platform will be filled with bullshit. And I, for one, am not proud of it. And I'm, for one, ain't proud to be part of that. So remember, be a good human being. Always do the right thing. And always, always, always show respect for your fellow man. Thank you.